The face of modern warfare is becoming more complex every day. The impact of technology on the battlefield makes conflicts not only a military struggle, but also a test of human tragedy. Recent developments in the war in Ukraine have once again highlighted this reality. The entry of North Korean troops into the war on Russia's side has taken this conflict to a whole new level and marked a turning point in world history. In this video, we will demonstrate the power of drones, the destructive effect of tanks, and the decisive role of modern war technology on the battlefield. The weakness of North Korean troops' resistance to modern technologies and the Russian command's view of human life as a mere resource are just some of the dramatic aspects of this war. The images you will see will remind you once again that war is not only a struggle, but also a human tragedy. A large snow-covered battlefield in Kursk was the scene of another front as North Korean troops tried to advance towards Ukrainian positions. The North Korean troops, with Russian support, attacked without heavy weapons, armed only with infantry rifles. But this advance effort was based on a poor strategy from the start. Running and disorganized, these soldiers were at a great disadvantage against Ukraine's modern combat technology. The North Korean soldiers' limited training and lack of combat tactics made them easy targets on the battlefield. Ukrainian drone operators quickly detected the irregular advance of the North Koreans. The drones targeted these troops with precision strikes. During the first strikes, the North Korean soldiers moved in panic, looking for cover, but the snow-covered, open terrain offered them little protection. One after another, the drones took to the air, taking out enemy troops one by one. These attacks completely destroyed not only the morale of the soldiers, but also their ability to advance. A tragic moment of the war occurred in a scene in which two North Korean soldiers tried to counter a drone attack. As one soldier raised his rifle to aim at an incoming drone, he made a mistake and accidentally shot his comrade. This mistake was a clear example of the chaotic nature of warfare and the lack of training in North Korean troops. Such incidents once again highlighted the inadequate preparation of North Korean soldiers on the battlefield. In addition to drone attacks, the 19 Malawian Kwacha's machine grenade launcher was also activated. This weapon fired intense and precise shots at points where the enemy advanced in groups. The 19 Malawian Kwachas is a powerful weapon used on the battlefield to neutralize both infantry groups and lightly armored vehicles. Capable of firing 375 rounds per minute and effective up to 2 kilometers away, this impressive weapon wreaked havoc when North Korean soldiers advanced in small groups. The sound of the explosions and the shrapnel scattered around left no safe space for the enemy. In the later days of the war, tanks came into play, and the balance on the front suddenly shifted. The tank battles between Ukraine and Russia tested both sides' strategic strength and technological competence. In areas where North Korean troops were present, Ukrainian tanks dominated the field with their strong armor and high-precision firing systems. These tanks were effective in breaking the resistance of Russian and North Korean forces. Another day, Ukrainian forces captured two North Korean soldiers. Their interrogation revealed how the North Korean regime misled its soldiers into going to war. They said they did not know they were in Ukraine and thought they were participating in an exercise. These testimonies revealed not only the technical incompetence of North Korean soldiers on the battlefield, but also that they were victims of political manipulation. These captured soldiers proved that war is not only a physical struggle, but also a battle for minds. Their testimonies gave us a clearer picture of the realities behind the war. We are treated to a striking scene in which a Ukrainian machine gunner fires at Russian positions from a position on a tank. This moment shows once again how important both courage and composure are on the battlefield. Then a Ukrainian M2 Bradley fighting vehicle directly confronted a Russian armored personnel carrier, and an intense firefight ensued. In the midst of the fighting, The crew of the Russian armored vehicle began to abandon the moving vehicle in panic. The shelling continued, and soon the armored vehicle caught fire. Completely burned out and became unusable in battle, Ukrainian intelligence detected a Russian convoy heading towards Ukrainian positions. Assessing this situation, Ukrainian drone operators launched kamikaze drones to attack enemy combat units. These attacks proved once again that technology is a decisive factor in modern warfare. Ukrainian drone operators targeted and effectively destroyed enemy armored vehicles. The Russian armored vehicles could not resist the intensity of the drone attacks, and the soldiers tried to hide in the trees to save their lives. These efforts were not enough to save them. In another scene, a Ukrainian drone disabled a Russian tank by hitting it right in the turret. This precision shot clearly shows how deadly and effective drones can be on the battlefield. After the tank was hit, efforts to track down the crew began. At the same time, Ukrainian aerial reconnaissance teams spotted 2 more Russian armored personnel carriers heading towards the wooded area. The first armored vehicle was destroyed after several attempts. All these scenes reveal that the war is not only a physical struggle, but also a battle for strategic and technological superiority. The second vehicle managed to land the Russian infantry it was carrying in the forested area. However, this effort was also fruitless. Ukrainian infantrymen neutralized both this armored vehicle and all the soldiers it was carrying with a javelin. Ukrainian Abrams tanks and M2 Bradley fighting vehicles in Zone K completely cleared the forest of enemy elements and once again tipped the balance on the ground in favor of Ukraine. In conclusion, these scenes once again illustrate the complexity and ruthlessness of modern warfare. The untrained, ill-equipped, and misled North Korean soldiers suffered heavy casualties in this war. Driven to war by the ideological pressure of their regime, they were helpless in the face of the superiority of modern technologies and strategic planning. They were not even fully explained what they were fighting for, but merely acted as pawns following orders. This is a reality that calls into question the human dimension of war and represents a profound tragedy. This war shows how destructive modern technologies can be and how vulnerable human beings can be in the face of this destruction. But it also proves the strength and determination of the struggle for freedom and independence. Every loss is inscribed on the stage of history as part of a greater purpose. This story is a symbol of resistance that will remain in the collective memory not only of Ukraine, but of all humanity.